Hey, welcome back outside, everyone. First of all, I apologize for it taking so long for me to get a new video out. You ever have that moment when you're trying to make a YouTube channel work and everything just seems to be going against you? Well, that's been me the past few months. I've had moisture issues with my cameras, other equipment failing. I lost several videos worth of data. Not sure how it happened, but anyway, that being said, we are up and rolling again. So I'm back to creating more content. Going to be getting some videos out on my channel here pretty soon. To get right to it, you know, it's that time of year. It's spring. Trees are starting to bloom. Fishing is turning on just about everywhere here in Eastern North Carolina. This video coming out right now, I hit up a lake, one of my favorite lakes in Eastern North Carolina, to get after some crappies. I do love crappie fishing. It's not all I do, obviously. Certain times of year I target different fish. I kind of keep it mixed up. I like multi-species fishing. I target bass, speckled trout, redfish. You see it all on this channel. But I hit one of my favorite lakes up. Well, I tried the Bobby Garlands, all that stuff that you normally use that would work for catching crappies. It just was not working. Inside my bag, and you'll see it on this video, I'll show you, I had some Z-Man finesse shads, I believe is what they're called. It's a small little profile. It's got a little kicker tail on the back, and I started trolling it and just swimming that around, and sure enough, bam, the bite picked up. Fish catching wise, this bait saved my trip. I caught several nice crappies on this bait. So that being said, let's get out to the lake. I'm going to show you how this bait works, how I caught them that day, and put a nice mess of crappies on the stringer. Alright, so I finally gotten onto a pattern after hours of fishing out here. Dude, I tried the typical stuff I do in the winter out here, using, you know, little finesse Bobby Garlands, jigging, trying to jig over top of them. They will not touch none of it today. So I switched over to this Z-Man crappie bait. It's got the little kicker tail on the back there, like a little shad swimmer. And just started slow reeling it. I started trolling it around, and I found a little area where they're hitting. 3 crappies later, we are finally onto a pattern, like literally 4 hours later. That's how long it took. I kept working at it, found something that works. Let's get them on the stringer. Just like that, we have gotten onto a pattern finally. There's another nice crappie. Dude, we are on them. I mean, I come trolling through this area twice, like a low speed, and I hooked a couple. Sure enough, I come back here and cast, hooked one, lost one, hooked 2 more. Sometimes you just gotta move. It's a transition area because it's warmed up. Now, if you look back towards that way, there's a spillway, and it's 20 feet deep down that way. A week ago, they were stacked up in there. They have moved down here into 9-10 foot of water. All right, I'll show you what I'm doing here. This is a 1/24 ounce grip jig. I have Bobby Garland, and it grips these Z-Man jigs pretty good. It's where I kind of like, I know they've been at. It's just kind of out this way, hanging off in this transition area where it comes 20 to 13, and right here it's like 9. They've kind of been sitting on that 9-foot zone. Letting it sink down for about 5 seconds and just slow reeling this thing. That's when they're hitting it. Let's get it back there, I think, to kind of where they're at, like a little further cast that way. See if we can hook another one here. All right, just like that, we hooked up again. That one hit in close to the boat. I'm just slow reeling it, and bam, they are smacking it. Healthy looking crappies too. I mean, these aren't your like giants. There's a lot of them in this lake. They don't get real big, but they're good eating size. These are your like your 9 to 11 inch range seems to be the common keeper size in here. This one's probably sitting at about 10. They're definitely feeding in this area. You can see little shiners out there that they are feeding on. Every once in a while you'll see them just kind of boil on them, which I'm surprised. The water temp's only like 50 right now, but man, I had to look for these crappie for hours this morning before I finally found them and found what they wanted. That's what you got to do. You have got to change it up. Try this, try that, until you find a pattern in the area where they're holding, and just like that. Oh, we missed him right by the boat, man. He boiled on it right there. Just like that, your whole fishing trip can just turn around and get a little bit more exciting, be a little bit more productive. Just got to put in the work. Man, we missed a nice one right here by the boat. Right here by the boat too. There, we got him again. We got him again. Nice. Just like that. Don't get discouraged. Just, you know, search around, throw different things, throw different baits. You know, I started off wanting to do something different today on this video, but you know what, we had to change it up and just make it work. This stringer's getting full. I mean, well, it's not full, but we're... Let's cast back that way again. I'm definitely using a fish finder here, just a little hummingbird. Hey, like my makeshift stick. I wanted a little bit of an extension today because I'm using my son's in here with me in this boat. So, you know, just duct tape a stick to the handle. Make it work. But anyway, we're seeing lots of numbers of fish. About this 11 to 10 foot mark right now. A little too small. It's a little 6-7 incher. Thanks for the fight, bud. Oh yeah, got a little nicer one here hooked up. That's what we're after. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what we're after. Another stringer one. Bluegills. A big old bluegill ate that sucker down. How about that? Isn't that crazy? On the size of that. What a nice female bluegill there. Got a little multi-species today. Crappies and gills. Both eating this little Z-Man bait. Another fish. Another decent crappie, I think. Oh yeah, that's what we're after today. Another one right in the top corner of the mouth. So real quick, 8-pound mono, right? Probably about 3 foot. That's what I'm using for my leader on this. Got a loop knot tied on to that jig set up. This is a HMX Fenwick 6'6" light action 1000 series Daiwa reel, 6-pound Cast King Silky 8 super braid. Best braid I've ever used, hands down. It's hassle free, tangle free. I've never had one wind knot or knot of any kind in this braid since I started using it a few months ago. Love it. This is grass green. Love this setup. You cannot beat it for crappie panfish.
There's one hooked up. We didn't miss that one. That's a healthy one there. That is probably the longest one of the day. Oh. Nice. If not, it's close. There's one right behind the boat. Healthy one there. So it looks like they're over this way too. See you, buddy. Fish on. This might be a big old gill or a nice crappie. It is a big bluegill. Man, I've caught quite a few of these today while crappie fishing, and they are eating this bait down. It is crazy. Bluegill are smashing that little Z-Man bait.